All right, the final chemistry paper 2 exam is right around the corner. And if you're feeling that pressure, trust me, you are not alone. But what if you could walk into that exam room feeling confident with a clear game plan? Well, that's exactly what we're going to build together right now.
Look, it's totally normal to feel a bit overwhelmed by just how much stuff there is to cover. But we're going to channel all that nervous energy and turn it into focus. Think of this as your guide to studying smarter, not just harder, for this one specific exam.
So where's this all coming from? Our entire strategy is pulled directly from the ProMath study guide. And honestly, you should think of this as your secret weapon. It's like a roadmap that shows you exactly where all the marks are hidden and, more importantly, how you can go get them.
Okay, first things first. You can't win a game if you don't know the rules, right? It's the same thing here. We have to know exactly how chemistry paper 2 is structured. So let's break it down.
Here's the basic layout. You've got 3 hours to tackle a 150-mark paper. Now, it's split into 2 parts. Section A is your multiple choice, that's 20 marks. And they can be quick, easy points if you really know your stuff. But the big one, the main event, is Section B, 130 marks of longer, more detailed questions where you really get to show the examiner what you know. Now, this is maybe the most important slide. It shows how they're testing you. Only 15% of the exam is about pure recall, just spitting back facts you've memorized. The real game? A whopping 75% of your marks come from understanding the concepts and then applying them. So your goal isn't just to know the info, it's to prove you can actually use it.
So let's talk about where you should focus your energy. The paper is basically split into 2 big areas, but look at this. They are not treated equally. Chemical change is worth a massive 92 marks. That's compared to just 58 for matter and materials. So what does this mean for you? It means if you're crunched for time, becoming an expert on reaction rates, equilibrium, and electrochemistry is your #1 priority. That's where the points are.
Okay, so now we know where the big marks are. Let's talk about how to scoop up the easiest ones first. You know, the low-hanging fruit. The guide could not be clearer about this. It says some marks are basically just given away if you know your definitions, laws, and principles. You have to think of these as non-negotiable points. Getting a simple 2-mark definition right could be the thing that bumps your grade up. Let's make sure we bank every single one.
So what's a perfect definition actually look like? Well, here's a great example for homologous series. See how precise it is? It has those key phrases the examiner is literally ticking off a list to find. Your job is to go through your notes and highlight every single one of these core definitions. They are your foundation.
Once we've got those foundational marks locked down, we can confidently move on to the application questions. This is where that massive 75% we talked about earlier really comes into play, especially when they ask you about practical investigations and experiments. You can almost bet you're going to be asked something about experimental design, and knowing the difference between the independent variable, that's the thing you change, and the dependent variable, the thing you measure, is absolutely critical. Getting these two mixed up is such an easy way to lose marks across a whole multi-part question. And finally, let's decode the language of the exam itself. Those first words in a question, calculate, explain, describe, they're not just suggestions, they're instructions. If it says calculate, they want a number with units. If it says explain, they need the why, the theory behind it. Answering what when they ask for why is such a classic mistake. Pay attention to these words because they tell you exactly how to get the marks.
Okay, so we've broken down the blueprints, we've identified the core concepts, and we've gone over the key skills. Now it's time to put it all together into your final, actionable game plan for the final push.
And here it is, your 4-step strategy. It's that simple. 1, know the exam structure and where the big marks are. 2, memorize every single core definition to lock in those easy points. 3, understand the command words so you give the examiner exactly what they're looking for. And 4, nail down your scientific variables for any experiment-based questions. This right here, this is your path to success. So yeah, the pressure is still there, but now it's got a direction. You have a plan. You know where to focus, what to prioritize, and how to attack this paper strategically. The only question left is, are you ready to turn all that pressure into points? You've got this.